Hello, welcome to today's Living Life with Purpose. I'm your host, Phil Foster. Well, let me get started today. Remind you, it's Friday, and don't forget to get out to church this Sunday. If you live in the Athens area, we'd love to see you. We start at 10:35. In 2 Chronicles chapter 9, there's a great story about the time King Solomon made all these shields of gold. And of course, later he was to die, and they were passed down to his son Rehoboam. Well, to make a long story short, one time the king of Egypt comes up against Israel, and they take away all the gold shields. And rather than praying and asking God to help them defend their kingdom, they gave those gold shields away, and they were happy for some shields of brass. So it got me thinking that sometimes shields of brass versus shields of gold represent us settling for less than God's best in our life. I think sometimes if we're not careful, we'll settle for what God did in our life a long time ago, instead of, and just be focused on remembering the good old days instead of what God's doing today. And God doesn't want us to live in the past. I like to make this statement sometimes. History is a wonderful place to visit. It's a terrible place to live. And you know, I'm sure in your life, in my life, over the years, God has done some really wonderful things. But God hasn't run low on power today. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's not running low in the area of His omnipotence. So whatever you're facing today, on this Friday, I want to encourage you to continue to stand in the gap and contend and believe God to meet your need. Also, another way people can settle for brass instead of gold is when they just accept the status quo. And you know, we serve a God who's very creative, and I don't know what you're going through today, but I just want to encourage you to seek the face of God. And God's not running out of ideas just yet. He's got plenty of ideas in heaven. The Bible said if you lack wisdom, ask of God, and He will give it to you in good measure. So don't settle for second best. God has shields of gold. Don't be happy with the shield of brass. In any area of your life, in your marriage, in your relationship with your kids, in your profession, in your job, I don't care what you do, just say, God, I know you got a gold shield for me, and I'm not going to settle for this shield of brass. And even in a church, don't be satisfied with just barely getting by. Trust God and believe God to do great and mighty things. Never settle for gold. Never settle for brass when God's got gold for you. Look, I'm all out of time for today. So till we get together on Monday, may the Lord bless you, and hey, have a great day.